Hey everybody, welcome again to another episode of Just for Fun Games. I'm your host Azzy. With me as always is my friend Roy, and today we are going to be talking about the latest Pixar movie, Luca, which dropped on Disney Plus. If you have a subscription, you can watch it for free. For free.
Yeah, which
Uh,
actually surprised me because I remember I was telling you, it's like, let's share Disney Plus account so we don't have to pay double for the thing we're watching. I booted it up. It's like, oh, this shit is free. Don't have to
you
be
know what?
worried.
I was sitting there wondering why you didn't message me until I pulled it up and it was there too. So I
I
had
was,
that same moment.
I was like, oh, okay, I ain't got to worry about paying
uh,
for it.
now, uh, we're probably going to be going into mild spoilers. I don't feel like we need to actually go into any deep spoilers necessary for
Well,
this
well,
movie because
well, well, like,
this movie is very much about emotion and nostalgia, in my opinion. Yeah. So just give us a brief overview of the plot,
yeah,
uh, like the setup and what the motivation is.
yeah. But what were your thoughts about Luca?
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to go into the intro
No, no,
first.
no, no.
Uh,
We go do that last.
I was happily surprised at how much I liked this movie. And yes, I cried.
No.
Be honest, I went no, to be honest, I went into this movie with low expectations because I like watching reviews. And I can't stop myself. And I watched early reviews for this movie, and one person in particular, a creator that I trust, uh, said that it was better than The Good Dinosaur, in that kind of way that it's barely better than The Good Dinosaur. And I thought The Good Dinosaur was fine, but I wouldn't put The Good Dinosaur up against any of the big hitters that Pixar has put out. I wouldn't put it against
Toy Story or
any of
something.
any of the Toy Stories. I wouldn't put it against Monsters Inc. or any of those ones. It was okay. That was kind of my when I came out of Good Dinosaur. It was I didn't regret watching it. It was all right, but I didn't have that big of an emotional tinge to it.
Yeah.
But for Luca, I mean, I felt like I felt like watching it. I had like a this summer vacation kind of memory going on. Like this, it just made me nostalgic for when I was a younger and I had a great summer vacation or something.
This ain't the Tiny Toons My Summer Vacation. Hampton, not on the
uh,
comic.
I mean I thought the art direction was great. It didn't have that kind of Pixar look that we typically expect anymore. Um, it almost looked like it was almost like it was like Wallace and Gromit. Like
A little
visually.
bit, a
Like
little
if you
bit.
took Wallace and Gromit, like how like a lot of the bodies and the faces were very roundish and smooth. I'm not saying it's like claymation, but if like Pixar was attempting to do the aesthetics of like a Wallace and Gromit type picture, that's what the visuals got up to me. And like the music was great, the voice cast. Uh, yeah, I mean,
Which,
I was lost in it. I freaking loved it.
uh,
I'm getting the impression that you weren't as like flowery,
well,
like rose tinted as I
well,
was.
here's the thing. You had mentioned the Good Dinosaur thing. You were like, yeah, I heard it's bad, like in the lines of Good Dinosaur, and I'm like, I like the Good Dinosaur. So I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about. You know,
No,
yeah,
but I'm not saying I'm
it's
not
all
saying that the Good
it's
Dinosaur is bad. Good Dinosaur has a lot of good points about it, but there was something about it that felt like it was missing from a normal Pixar project.
yeah.
I didn't get that from this one. I that was the criticism that I had heard going in, and it made me apprehensive because I've been looking forward to this movie. But no, man, I felt like it was there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say it was an okay movie. Was it the best Pixar movie? Is it up there with Toy Story? Not at all.
Oh, of course not. Of
But I mean,
course
I
not.
like my issue I was having when I was watching it was how long it took to get the conflict of the whole movie. Like, most Pixar movies, they're showing you the
Well,
conflict like maybe 10 and 15 minutes into the movie. This one
well,
almost took about
I
like
think it
30
would be
minutes.
I think it would be easier to articulate our ideas if we gave that brief overview of the movie. So why don't you go ahead and pull up
Hold on, phone going wild over here. Okay, so yeah, Luca, a young sea monster living off the coast of an Italian city, Porto Rosso, spends his day.
Porto Rosso.
spends his daily routine herding goatfish. Forbidden to explore the surface, Luca meets Alberto, a fellow sea monster. Alberto I can't.
I hear you
Yeah,
trying to put that tang on it.
yeah, Alberto. So yeah,
Alberto.
so yeah, basically Alberto and Luca having adventures out of the ocean. Now this guy's this
It's
human. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say it's literally a fish out of water story.
Shut up. Luca follows Alberto in his hideout where the boys connect while making and riding a fragile Vespa. Upon discovering their son's actions, Luca's parents, Daniela and Lorenzo, plan to send Luca to the deep sea with Lorenzo's brother Hugo. In retaliation, Luca and Alberto run away to Porto Rosso to find a Vespa and travel the world.
Okay, so that's basically what we need.
Yeah, that was the
and I don't
conflict we had.
like. Well, they gave the friendship time to breathe, for them to bond. Like this great montage, and I disagree. I actually think that the conflict, the prime conflict, wasn't necessarily the villain of the movie. Like that, this douchey,
yeah, no, the villain didn't
16-year-old
he was
Italian guy. It was really like, other than like the premise. Yeah, no, like it's definitely not a entire, apart from the premise, it's definitely not a unique story. We've seen it before. A fast found friendship, one friend, the one kid being like the stereotypical, yeah, I'm older, I know everything, I'm experienced, I love your adoration because you treat me like I know everything. And then throw in the element of the new friend who's actually telling the main character the truth about the things that the first friend has been fibbing about the entire time, or making it up as he went along. And that the conflict, it was that friction, where what was his name? Alberto was being very possessive of Luca, and didn't want to open it up to expanding their list of friends. And you got to think like of the shift in perspective, where like Alberto was the one who was very um laissez-faire about the notion of going above land, and uh towards the end was bringing up that the false concern solely for the sake of trying to drive a wedge between Luca and their new human friend. um but one content creator that probably struck a chord with me about this movie is that uh, they said that this movie didn't actually feel like a Pixar movie. It felt like a Studio Ghibli movie, and I liked that comparison. I mean, what better compliment that you can give for something? Because like Studio Ghibli animation is animation royalty at this point.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to come out with a movie every year, but when it does,
it slaps. Yeah, but I mean, they had the whole also introducing the female friend Julia.
Yeah. And like it was just a heartwarming movie. Like it didn't need to levy like the conflict between like sea monsters and humans. That was a presence, like this shadowy presence throughout the plot. But by the end, it was just like the rain passes and the sun's shining, and everyone's just, you know what? Nah, let's just drop it. It's fine.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be that like overly realistic. It's like, oh no, they would try to murder them. That's how that would go.
Yeah, so I mean, we've missed another big major plot point here, is that when Alberto and Luca go into the town and they getting bullied by what's his name? I always forget his fucking name. Visconti. And Julia saves him, and how Julia's basically telling them about, he always wins this race, and their whole goal now is like, yo, let's win this race and buy a Vespa. so we can finally
Yeah,
run away. You know,
that's the motivation.
and so there's a very hey look, these I would assume are like 10-year-old kids. Like I'm gonna run away with the best friend. They could go anywhere. No, it can't. But
It's
we'll
yeah,
let you
it's
do.
this,
We'll
it's
let you
this, it's
drink.
like it's the simplicity and the bliss of ignorance of a child's mind, where they think that a Vespa is the key to limitless adventure. Not to mention, like we glossed over how many like comparisons you can make to the Little Mermaid for this movie.
See, I'm not a big fan of Little Mermaid. So you know when that
Oh,
new
hey,
when
it's got
it's
man,
a
Little
yeah
Mermaid's got some of the best music from the
I
Disney classics. I'm sorry.
I give it its prop. It's a classic, yeah. But is it my favorite classic? No, Beauty and the Beast is my
No,
favorite
I mean,
classic. Um,
uh, Sleeping Beauty
no,
was mine.
I was about to say no. It's Beauty and the Beast, most.
I
uh,
had man, I had like I was that kid like I loved Maleficent so much. She was my favorite character. I actually had the Barbie with like the Maleficent head attachment because I had action figures and I wanted Maleficent. It just so happened it was a Barbie.
uh,
But uh oh yeah, no. I'm just saying like when early in the movie when Luca is shepherding his fish and he's in that clearing with that rock in the center. I'm sitting there thinking it's like part of that world.
at least you remember the songs. I just remember Under the Sea. You know.
Oh, that man, that's not even the best one. Ursula had the best song.
Yeah, maybe I need to just watch that movie. Pull that up tonight.
Disney
Oh,
Plus.
I mean, it's there. I could
Right.
watch Beauty and the Beast instead. but
Eh,
let's see.
not the live
I,
action one, right?
I thought, hey, look, the live action one was okay until they showed the Beast. That was it. I was like, no, you killed him. Anyway, back to
Like
Luca.
that man had a book that would teleport him wherever he wanted to go, which kind of like neutralizes the entire notion of of the isolated feeling that the beast had. It's like he can just go anywhere. Like,
So
why did he
yeah,
stay in the castle in the first place?
so touching about on the Luca and Alberto relationship. Alberto, growing jealous of Luca and Julia's growing friendship, attempts to convince Luca that human society will reject sea monsters. After both an argument and Luca's offer to attend school, Alberto reveals his true identity to Julia. And this part, I said, fuck you, Luca. I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Alberto goes in the water, comes back up as a sea monster, and he's like, "Look,"
There's always
and Luca's like, "Sea monster." I'm like, "You bitch, you
this movie.
bitch."
Yeah. No. That was a serious moment. That like I actually appreciated that Luca had that flaw that like in order to protect like because Luca was getting excited about the possibility of going to school and was trying to convince Alpha like Luca's concept of what he wanted to do was like growing past where Alberto had envisioned. Alberto was still on this fantasized idea about just riding off into the sunset with the Vespa, while now Luca was thinking about the three of them going to school because Luca was never um, cutting Alberto out from the situations. Alberto didn't like the lack of control he no longer had in the relationship. As like the alpha or the leader along those lines. Um, and I like that it kind of acted like a double betrayal because like you can get really upset about what Luca did and you should because it was wrong and he had to try and repent for that in the climax of the movie or in the not the climax. I would say that moment was the climax, but in the interim after that climax. But you have to also remember that Alberto was trying to ruin everything for Luca by exposing his not only exposing himself as a sea monster to Julieta, but also trying to scare her. Like it wasn't that he just like splashed in the water and then got up like he was his normal self. He got up and he was attempting to intimidate her. He was attempting to scare her off, so Luca had only him. So they both were in the wrong.
Fuck Luca. Okay. By the way, look, I don't know if
He's a kid and he
Hey,
made up for it.
fuck that kid.
Hey, now. I know you and I have had fights in a similar nature where controllers were thrown,
Hey,
feelings were hurt.
have we had fought over a girl? No. Better than
No, but there was
that.
a no, but there was that time where I couldn't keep my big mouth shut, and I embarrassed you in front of the girl you had a crush on. So you, in turn, shouted from across the street to the girl that I had a crush on, exposing me as well.
Hey,
So yeah, kind of,
hey, that's all
kind
in the
of.
past. I don't even remember this stuff.
I'm just saying, but it's that's part of what made it genuine.
Yeah.
You know,
Trying
or
to
feel
think.
genuine.
That's what I was going to mention. The voice actors for Luca and Alberto. I thought at first Luca was the kid from the Jungle Book. Sounds just like it. But the person who did the voice actor for Luca, which is
I actually have it up. Jacob Tremblay.
Yeah, Jacob Tremblay. Yeah, played in Good Boys, which I was kind of shocked. I was like, damn, he still got that young voice going on for him. He played in Good Boys and The Room with Brie Larson. You need to check that out. It's pretty good.
I need to see Good Boys, honestly. I wanted to see that one.
It's all right. It's all right. Is it like a super bad? No.
I don't feel like it was trying to be, but nonetheless, that's not the movie we're talking about today. I went into this movie with lowered expectations, and I was pleasantly surprised. I would like would would I put it up there with these other big hitters from Pixar? No. But would I put Luca on my list of favorite Pixar movies? Actually, yeah, I would. I liked it that much.
I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like Pixar has been, on the ball. Just, let's see what happens when we throw this over there. Just put it out there. Our name alone can sell these movies. Which, unfortunately, they haven't put... The last movie they had in theaters was Onward. And that was...
that's the thing. If that were true, I feel like Onward and The Good Dinosaur would have done better. I think audiences are capable of seeing where Pixar's not putting all of their heart into it, or that the heart isn't necessarily in a particular picture. Granted, just like how you like The Good Dinosaur, I also like Onward.
Well, I thought Onward was fine. I thought it was good. That one made me cry at the end. Only reason why I feel like it wasn't, the hit everybody was expecting it to, because guess what fucking happened when that came out? COVID.
Yeah.
If COVID didn't happen, we probably would have made a little bit more money, but
oh yeah, definitely cried it, and definitely crying Onward. I'm sorry, like at the end of Luca, the emotions were raw, and they weren't trailing down my eyes. I wasn't blubbering, but like I was getting misty. It was there.
It did nothing for me. Like when they were on the train, all I was thinking was like some Harry Potter bullshit. They were going back to home, I'll see you next year. I was like, okay. I'm about to say everything's fine.
I'm sitting here trying to be vague. You covered the whole damn thing. Good thing we did some kind of spoiler warning, but nonetheless, if I had to give Luca a rating, I would give it like an 8.5. 8.5 out of 10.
I give it an 8. I thought it was okay. Okay.
All right.
Like if you want to talk about the last couple Pixar movies, this is probably the better one to watch.
Yeah, I would say so. Okay. So, what'd you think about Luca? Drop a comment down below with your impressions. Were you laughing when he was trying to learn how to walk? Or
it's like
I actually laughed. I laughed when they threw out the excuse of phantom tail, when the tail would disappear.
We're forgetting about the big star of the show, the fucking cat.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and drop a comment down below as to what you thought about Luca. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when we bust out some more videos, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.
Hey, Silenzio Bruno. What's wrong with you, stupido? Huh?